Fest is happening right now at Town Point Park in Norfolk.
This is the longest running maritime festival in the country. The fun runs through Sunday.
250,000 people are expected to come out for the festival. It all kicked off at noon with the parade of sail.
Reporter Mike Gooding was there in the middle of it all aboard the USS Coast Guard cutter Eagle.
The U.S. Coast Guard cutter Eagle is not just some museum piece, but is an actual working ship used to train the Coast Guard cadets of today and the Coast Guardsmen and women of tomorrow. It is a true blast from the past, dating back to 1936 when it was the German Navy warship Horst Wessel. Taken as a war prize after World War II, the Eagle has spent the decades since serving as a seafaring classroom for the United States Coast Guard Academy. And in a high-tech 21st century world, the lessons learned here are timeless.
And really it's teaching fundamentals mostly, navigation and seamanship, and we do a lot of engineering here also, and for Navy folks out there, damage control, so responding to emergencies, teaching cadets how to do that is a really important piece of our curriculum, but the sailing is the magnificent part.
And for what seems like the umpteenth time in the 41-year history of the Harbor Fest Parade of Sail, the Eagle was back in all its glory. And as much of a treat as it was for onlookers, it was the pleasure and honor of the Eagle crew to be here.
It's great for Eagle to be back. We love the weather. It's nice that system moved out, so we're going to have a beautiful day. We're also open for tours, so we enjoy having the public come down and see the ship while we're moored alongside.
The Eagle has landed. Catch it while you can. Mike Gooding, 13 News Now.
Because of Harbor Fest, Waterside Drive near Town Point Park is shut down, and the nearby areas are packed with people looking for a place to park.
Several parking meter spots are covered for special event parking. The city has 26 parking garages and lots in the area, but some drivers say that's not enough.
You can't find any parking because they're all full now. You have to literally come like 6 in the morning to get a good parking spot.
Closer you get to the Harbor Fest, the more difficult it is to find parking. It was a nightmare. That's why we're walking about 6 city blocks from where we had to park.
Well, coming up on 13 News Now at 5, hear from people who live downtown who say events make parking even more hectic for them. Also, what the city is urging people to do to ease the parking problem. And we want to see pictures and videos of you having fun at Harbor Fest. Use the hashtag 13HarborFest on Facebook and Twitter. Brian Farrell is here to show us some of the posts.
Yeah, we got things rolling this morning. Elise Brown from here will be kicking us off with our first one. Elise, thankfully, we've been telling her this for a while. She made some new friends down at Harbor Fest. So she says hashtag 13HarborFest, having a good day out there in the sun. Philip Townsend's going to be live at 5 p.m. down at Harbor Fest. He caught up with a lady who was enjoying one of those big turkey legs. Be bold, be brave. Turkey leg, hashtag 13HarborFest. Here's a picture from Connor Holt. Great day for the festival at Harbor Point Park. Town Point Park, downtown Norfolk. Lots of people here for the Parade of Sail. And speaking of the Parade of Sail, we have a tweet that we sent out. Let's get the video going. Of course, it's not working right now, but there we go. A little bit so you can see some of the Parade of Sail there. Now, if you did miss that earlier today, you can head to our Facebook page, go down in the feed. You'll find it there. You can also find it in the main Harbor Fest story on 13newsnow.com.
Some great video.
Absolutely.
Well, Harbor Fest goes on until 11 tonight. The fun starts again tomorrow at noon. Saturday night, the fireworks will be at 9:30. And if you can't make it out, you can watch the live stream of the fireworks on the 13 News Now Facebook page.
And right now, there is a huge cruise ship docked at the Decker Jr. Half Moon Cruise Terminal in Norfolk. It is the Carnival Sunshine. This morning, 3,000 people got off the ship, and now 3,000 new people are boarded and ready to go to the Bahamas. The ship will leave in about an hour. Expect to see the Carnival Sunshine back in Norfolk in the next 2 weeks. After that, it will not come back until October.
Nearly perfect weather for all the people in downtown Norfolk tonight.
Yeah, it's going to get hotter. You said, Jeff, that this would be a perfect day for weather.
And I think it is. I said yesterday, I like it really warm, but not humid. You know, a lot of people, my wife loves it, you know, when it's in the 90s, for example. I'm not one of those people, but if you are, you're going to like the weather a little bit later this weekend. You can see a few puffy, very harmless cumulus clouds out there. Absolutely nothing showing up on radar. We're going to stay dry for a few days. Don't expect more weather, though, like what we saw today. It's not going to be tremendously different, but highs are roughly going to be about 90 this weekend. Today, we're generally in the lower 80s, so you'll notice the difference. Also, gradually, a little bit more humidity Saturday and a little bit more then again on Sunday as well, as the humidity levels just slowly begin to creep up. For this evening, though, falling back down from around 80 at 5 o'clock. By 9 o'clock, already at 73, and then upper 60s when we head through the overnight. By morning, we'll be talking very comfortable readings again. But overall, this is just fantastic weather to start Harbor Fest. As I mentioned, a little bit hotter for the weekend. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes.
All right, Jeff, thank you. Well, more fallout today from the testimony of fired FBI Director James Comey. This afternoon, President Trump said he's 100% willing to testify under oath about his interactions with Comey. The president insists that Comey lied in some parts of the testimony he gave yesterday to the Senate Intelligence Committee. ABC's Janae Norman is tracking the very latest from the nation's capital.
President Trump's picking and choosing which part of James Comey's testimony he says are true and which are false.
No collusion, no obstruction. He's a leaker. James Comey confirmed a lot of what I said, and some of the things that he said just weren't true.
As I used to say to juries, that when I talked about a witness, you can't cherry pick it.
The former FBI director under oath accused the White House of lying, the president of asking for his loyalty, pressuring him to drop an investigation, and firing him because of the Russia probe. And today, the president addressing those claims.
He did say under oath that you told him to let the Flynn, you said you hoped the Flynn investigation you could let.
I didn't say that.
So he lied about that.
Well, I didn't say that. I mean, I will tell you, I didn't say that.
And did he ask you to pledge his
And there'd be
loyalty?
nothing wrong if I did say it, according to everybody that I've read today, but I did not say that.
And House Speaker Paul Ryan has come to Trump's defense, dismissing the idea Republicans would be considering impeachment if Trump were a Democrat facing the same allegations.
No, I don't think we would, actually. I don't think that's at all the case.
But a former Republican congressman who was a big part of President Clinton's impeachment is calling Ryan's bluff. Bob Inglis tweeting the House Speaker today, writing, "You know this isn't true. You know that you would be inquiring into impeachment if this were a Democrat." While the president and his lawyer insist James Comey lied under oath, Senator Jack Reed telling CNN the president will get his turn.
In fact, at some point, not right away, but at some point that Mr. Mueller would feel he has to depose the president.
The president wouldn't give a direct answer when asked whether there are tapes of his conversations with James Comey, only saying that's maybe something he'll answer in the very near future. But asked whether he'll testify under oath, President Trump said 100%. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
And early this morning, President Trump broke his silence on Twitter. Yesterday was the longest span of time President Trump went without tweeting since he took office. His first tweet around 3 this morning was about Comey's testimony. President Trump tweeted, "Despite so many false statements and lies, total and complete vindication. And wow, Comey is a leaker."
Back to local news. Police think a possible home invasion may have led to a deadly shooting in Norfolk. The shooting happened overnight at the Breezy Point Apartments on Glen Myrtle Avenue. Our photographer captured detectives working the scene, searching for clues after a man was found shot to death. No word yet on the identity of the victim or who pulled the trigger.
Someone shot and killed a 30-year-old man in Portsmouth last night. Officers found Douglas Taylor shot on Elm Avenue near Portsmouth Boulevard. We're told Taylor was shot a number of times. Right now, there is no information on a suspect or a possible motive. New information on a shooting in Norfolk that hurt a 13-year-old boy. 13 News Now got a hold of a search warrant for the case on Gough Street. We learned the boy was playing video games in his room back in March when he heard gunshots. A bullet came through the wall and hit him in the knee. Ayenda Hodges is accused in the shooting, and he's still wanted on a malicious wounding charge.